Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Chembasis. So this lecture is basically a continuation of the lecture series of nomenclature of different types of organic molecules. So in my previous lecture I have shown you how to do the nomenclature of different types of branched alkane alkane molecules. So in this lecture I am going to describe you how you can do the nomenclature of different types of alkyl halides and alcohol. So what are the alkyl halides? So alkyl halides contain one alkyl group, that is R, and one halogen atom. Okay, so basically these halogen atoms are denoted by this X. So these halogen atoms can be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. These are the halogen atoms. Okay, and these are basically alkyl group. So these two will form the alkyl halide. On the other hand, the alcohols are basically denoted by this way. So this R is basically the alkyl groups and OH is the alcoholic or hydroxyl group. So any alkyl group bearing these hydroxyl groups are called the alcohols. Okay, so in this lecture I am going to describe you how to do the nomenclature of these types of alkyl halide and alcohol. So let's take the first example, CH3 CH2 Cl. So as I have told you in my earlier lecture that first you have to decide which is your main chain. Here in this case you do not have to think too much about this. So this is the main chain and there are basically two atoms. So this carbon atom will be at the number 1 and this carbon atom will be at the number 2, and this chlorine atom or this halide atom is connected to carbon number 1. So it will be pronounced as chloro. So the halide group will be pronounced first, chloro, and it is two carbon atom are there in the main chain, so it will be chloroethane. So generally you do not have to mention the position of this chlorine when it is it has position 1. So it is understood that the position of this chlorine atom is number 1. So or you can, if you wish, you can write 1 chloroethane, but you can easily avoid it, okay, to make this nomenclature short and simple. Now let's take the second example. Okay, so CH3 CH Br, this is another halide atom, that is called the bromine atom, and CH3. So you can see that this is the main chain. So you can write the number 1, 2, 3. Now you can see that the position of this bromine atom is attached with second carbon atom. Okay, so you will write 2 bromo, as this bromine atom is attached with carbon number 2, and as there is total 3 number of carbon atoms, so it will be 2 bromo propane. Okay, now suppose that both halogen and alkyl substituents both are present. So what you will do in that case? Okay, let's take this example where both halogen as well as alkyl substituents are present in the organic molecule. Okay, so this is an example. You have to do the nomenclature. So at first you have to designate that which is your main chain. So you can see that this is your primary chain, okay, which will be at the maximum number of carbon atom. So the primary chain should always contain maximum number of carbon atom. That is the rule number 1. You have to remember it always. So first work or first task to do the nomenclature is to identify the primary chain. Okay, now you can see that there are 2 substituents. One is the chlorine atom and another is the methyl group. Okay, so which should come first? So in that case the name which come earlier is basically which will be at the less number. Okay, suppose we do the numbering like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by this types of numbering, the chlorine atom will is connected to carbon number 2. Okay, but if we do the numbering like this 1 2 3 4 5, in that case the methyl group will be connected to carbon number 3. So as it is 3 is greater than 2, so that's why this number, so or this order of numbering of carbon atom will be the correct numbering. Okay, so the name which come earlier is which substituents when they come earlier, in that case only you have to number in that way only. Okay, so the name will be 2 chloro 3 methyl, and as there are total 5 number of carbon atom in the main primary chain, so it will be pentane. Okay, so 2 chloro 3 methyl pentane, this is the nomenclature of this organic molecules. Now suppose that if both halogen and allyl or alkyl substituents are at the same position, so what you will do in that case? Okay, so suppose we take this molecule chlorine. Okay, so there, so you can see that this is the primary chain. So suppose that we are doing the numbering like this 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so in that case this chlorine substituents will get the number 2. But if suppose that if we do the numbering like this on the reverse way 1 2 3 4 5, in that case also the methyl group will get the lowest number. The methyl group will get the lowest number. So in that case, which numbering will be the right number? So in that case you have to give the alphabetic preference. So if you, when you write chloro, CHLRO, chloro, and if you write the methyl, so the first letter or first alphabet of chloro is C. On the other hand, the first alphabet of methyl is M. So C come before M. So that's why the chlorine, this chlorine group, you have to give the advantage to the chlorine group. So in that numbering where these chlorine substituents get the minimum number, that numbering you have to choose. Okay, so then this white colored numbering will be the right number. So in that case you have to write 2 chloro 4 methyl pentane, because it is the primary chain is 5 member or 5 primary chain contain 5 carbon atoms. Okay, so this is the right nomenclature of this compound. So we just in a brief, I just want to say that if you have both halide as well as alkyl substituents at the same position, then you have to give the preference or where the alphabetically which group bear the name where it is having lowest alphabets. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you understood this portion. Now I will describe some common name of different types of alkyl halide. Okay, so these are so common that it is included in the IUPAC nomenclature. So these types of nomenclature will save much more time. So first common name is this one. So I have already discussed that these types of compound, the name of this compound, if you follow strictly the IUPAC nomenclature, then the nomenclature of this compound will be chloroethane. But it is also its nomenclature it can be also written as ethyl chloride. As I have told you that this group is ethyl group, or this alkyl group is ethyl group, and it is chlorine, so that's why it is written ethyl chloride. Okay, so these are very common name. On the other hand, this, suppose you have to do the nomenclature of this compound. Okay, so you can see that this group is also called isopropyl group. Isopropyl group. Okay, so you can write the name of the compound is isopropyl bromide. Okay. On the other hand, you can do the nomenclature in another way also, that I have already discussed you, that you can do the nomenclature like this, 1 2 3. So you can do the nomenclature like this, 2-bromo propane. So both nomenclatures are okay. You can call this molecule as isopropyl bromide, or you can call that this molecule as 2-bromo propane. So I hope that this portion is clear. If you do have any questions or any doubts throughout this lecture, you can always ask me through the comment section, and I assure you that in the comment section I will try to answer all of your queries. Okay, so please don't skip any part. Try to understand each and every portion, because this is very important. If you fail to understand any single step, then it will be very troublesome for you to do the nomenclature. So that's why the basic idea should be crystal clear during that nomenclature, otherwise you will do some wrong nomenclature. Okay, you have to follow some easy rules. I have already described about the 8 simple rules, and there are some other rules for the alcohols and alkyl halide that I am going to discuss in this lecture. So you have to follow this rule, and as you have to do much more practice, because if you solve much more problems, then you will accustom with this IUPAC nomenclature. Otherwise, if you just understand everything and then if you do not practice those things, then you will forget immediately, that I can assure you. So after understanding each and every aspect of this nomenclature, you have to go to the problems and solution. You have to do the thorough problems. Then after solving all these problems, then it will be easy for you to crack these types of nomenclature in the exam paper. Otherwise it will be very difficult. Okay, so please do practice this nomenclature to make it perfect. Okay, so this is called this can be called as isopropyl bromide, or you can do the nomenclature like this, 2-bromo propane. Another types of common nomenclature is this one. So I have already told you that this group is called the tert-butyl group. Okay, tert-butyl group. So in that case you can do the nomenclature like this, tert-butyl bromide. Okay, so this is the nomenclature, which is short and simple. It will save much more of your time. Okay, and there is another type of another compound, that is this. So this group is called isobutyl group. So the nomenclature of this compound is isobutyl chloride. Okay, so these are very short and simple nomenclature of some common organic molecules. And this group, another type of compound, that is this compound. So this group is called the neopentyl group. So why it is pentyl? Because you can see that there are total 5 carbon involved in this group, 1 2 3 4 5. So that's why this pentyl come. So don't misjudge it with this group, because this group is called the tert-butyl group. This group, tert-butyl group. as it contains total 4 number of carbon atom, 1 2 3 4. But this group is not tert-butyl. Sometimes people misjudged it with this group. So this neopentyl group always contain total 5 number of carbon atoms, and this tert-butyl group, butyl, because it contains total 4 number of carbon atom, and in this case it is pentyl because this contain total 5 number of carbon atoms. Okay, so this is called neopentyl group, and if the terminal carbon atom bears the bromine atom, then the nomenclature of this compound will be neopentyl bromide. Okay, so these are some of the common name of different types of organic molecules. Okay, now let's come to the nomenclature of alcohols. Okay, so in case of alcohols, there is a very distinguished feature of or difference in nomenclature in between the alkyl, halide and alcohols that I am going to discuss. Okay, so in case of alcohol, you have to choose that chain as the primary chain which bear the OH group, because OH is the main functional groups of any alcohol compounds. So always you have to choose that chain as the primary chain which contain the OH group. Otherwise you should not choose that chain. Okay, now numbering should be done in such a way that the carbon atom which bear this OH group should be numbered as low as possible. Okay, let's take some example. So let's take this example. So in that case, choosing the primary chain is not at all a big deal. Now you can do the nomenclature like this, 1 2 3, or you can do the nomenclature like this, 1 2 3. So you can see that in that case the carbon atom which bears the hydroxyl group contain the less number, that is 1. So that's why this numbering will be the correct number and this numbering is not correct. So the nomenclature of this compound or this alcohol will be 1 propanol. Okay, so generally it is propane because it contains total 3 carbon atoms, and you can see that if we write propane, okay, so you have to just delete this E and replace it with all. So to describe the alcohol functional group, so the nomenclature of this compound will be 1 propanol. So let's take another example. I will make you understand all this nomenclature with various types of examples so that you can grasp this thing very easily. Okay, now let's take this example. Will be the nomenclature of this compound. Okay, so at first you have to do the numbering. So the numbering will be in such a way that the carbon which bears the OH group should be numbered as low as possible. So that is only possible if you choose this numbering, 1 2 3 4. So in that case the carbon that is bearing that hydroxyl group is numbered 2, which is the lowest numbering that is possible. So the nomenclature of this compound will be 2, total 4 number of carbon atoms, so butanol. So in that case also, as there are 4 number of compounds, so it is called butane, but we just delete this E portion and replace with all, and we just join this, so it become butanol. Okay, 2-butanol. Let's take another example. So you can see that in that case the primary chain will be this one. So this is the primary chain. So you can see that there is one methyl substituents. Okay, but the numbering should be like this, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So because in that numbering only the carbon atom which bears the hydroxyl group is numbered 1, so it is the lowest number possible. Okay, So you can see that the carbon atom which bears the methyl group is numbered 5. So you have to write 5 methyl hexanol, as there are total 6 number of carbon atom in the main chain, so in the primary chain, so it will be 5 methyl hexanol. In that case also we replace this hexane last part E with ol, so it become the hexanol. And 5 is the position of the methyl group which is present as substituents. Now let's take one example where both halide and OH groups are present. This is the example. So chlorine is the halide atom. So in that case you can see that both alcohol group or hydroxyl group and halide groups are present. So what will be the nomenclature? So the numbering will be as easy as it is, 1, 2, 3. So you can see the position of this chlorine atom is 3. So it will be 3 chloro propanol. 3 chloropropanol, or you can write 1 propanol, but it is not necessary to discuss the position of this hydroxyl group, because if you do not write the position of this hydroxyl group, it is understood that the position is 1. Now let's take another example. Now you have to choose the main primary chain. So the primary chain should be chosen in such a way that it should contain this hydroxyl group. So the primary chain will be this one. So this is the primary chain. So the numbering will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can see that at number 4 position there are 2 same substituents, that is methyl substituents. So if 2 substituents occur repetitively, then you have to put the prefix di. So the numbering 4 and 4 will occur repeatedly, and 4 di methyl. Now the position of this hydroxyl or OH group is 2, so it will be 2 pentanol. 2 pent, because 5 carbon atoms are there, 2 pentanol. So this is the nomenclature of this alcohol. Now let's take another example where an phenyl groups is present. Sorry. So this group is called the phenyl group. So it is also write in a shorthand PH. So you can see you have what is your primary chain. The primary chain is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is your primary chain. Now a chain. So you can see that at number 1 there is one phenyl group is present, as well as one hydroxyl group is also present. And in number 3 there is another substituent, that is the methyl substituents. So now the question is that which substituents will be pronounced first, methyl or phenyl? So among methyl and phenyl, the first letter of methyl is M and the first letter of phenyl is P. So M is come first, so that's why the phenyl will be pronounced first. So the position of this methyl group is 3. So 3 methyl, 1 phenyl, pentanol. You can also write 1 pentanol, but it is not always necessary. You can write only pentanol. So this is the nomenclature. Now I am just giving you the example of some of the common alcohol like this. So as you can see that there are total 3 carbon atoms, so you can write propyl alcohol. As this group is also called the propyl group, so that's why you can do the nomenclature like this, propyl alcohol. This is another way of doing the nomenclature. Okay, now similarly, as this group is called the butyl, so you can say it is butyl alcohol. Okay, similarly this group is called neopentyl, so the nomenclature of this compound will be neopentyl alcohol. Okay, so these are some of the examples of some common name of the alcohol. Now there is another possibility that in a one alcohol or in a one organic compound there are 2 hydroxyl groups are present. So these types of alcohols are called diols, where 2 hydroxyl groups are present. Now let's take the example of a diol, OH. So you can see that there are 2 hydroxyl group and the position of these hydroxyl groups are 1 and 2. So you can write 1, 2 ethane diol. Okay, so now let's take another example, as there is a scarcity of space, so I am writing here. Now you can see that numbering will be 1, 2, 3. So the position of this 2 hydroxyl groups are 1 and 2, and as there is 3 carbon atoms are there, so propane diol. So if there are 2 hydroxyl groups are present in organic molecules, you will write at the end the diol. Okay, so that's it from the nomenclature of alkyl halide and alcohols. I hope that you find it very much useful for the nomenclature, and if you do have any questions regarding this lecture, you can ask me through the comment section. And if you do like this video, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel Chembasis. So in the next lecture I am going to discuss about the nomenclature of different types of cycloalkanes. Okay, so I will see you in my next video. So till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.